limewekewa taji, taji ya ahadi. Nimepiga vita, nimepiga vita, vilivyo vizuri. Nimepiga vita, nimepiga vita, vilivyo vizuri. Mwendo ninaumaliza, imani ninaumaliza, mwendo ninaumaliza, imani nimeilinda. Mwendo ninaumaliza, imani nimeilinda, mwendo ninaumaliza, imani nimeilinda.
Hata ingawa ni wakati wa huzuni, ikifika wakati huu na kwa mazishi kuna vitu vizuri vinasemwa kuhusu yule anayezikwa, nafikiri inarudishia jamii heshima yake. Imagine kama alikuwa thug, kama alikuwa mkora, ingekuwa mazishi mafupi, silent, ambayo kila mtu anapita akienda.
Alikuwa mtu mnyenyekevu. Unajua mara nyingi watu wakifanikiwa maishani, wakipata umaarufu wa aina fulani, watu wanaanza kuwa na kiburi, lakini Rita hakuwa na haya. Alikuwa ni mtu ambaye alikuwa mnyenyekevu, anasaidia wengine, akipatana na waandishi wa habari wachanga kama wale tulioona hapa.
Inauma sana kwa sababu hata ishuka nilioivaa tulinunua na Rita, assignment yetu ya mwisho Eldoret. Hata shuka iko pale yenye tulijifunika naye tulipokuwa assignment. Tumekuwa naye kipindi kirefu sana.
It is well.
When Rita came to KIMC, because we joined KIMC the same time, same day, same class, I thought she was going to be my wife. She was so beautiful, she was brown, and she was Maasai. So I thought I had found a wife.
Hata mimi nilikuwa, ile sauti yake ilikuwa inavutia sana, lakini alikuwa amenishinda umri kidogo. Nikajaribu kutuma salamu zangu, akaniambia mimi ni kijana mdogo wakati huo.
Bendera yake Yesu sasa inapepea. Nyinyi ni chumvi ya dunia.
Okay, I'm here to mourn a friend, Rita Tinina. We started off at NTV together, working together as a professional colleagues, and then we went on to become chama members. We had a chama together for some time, and when we parted ways and she went to KTN and I moved to SABC, we continued talking. In fact, 2 months before her passing, we had spoken on phone, and we had rest in peace, Rita.
Oh, my name is Dennis Chebitwe. I used to be in PR, interacting a lot with Rita when she was in both NTV and KTN. She was just simply a very professional lady, a kind-hearted person, and a good person. We will miss her.
Yeah, Rita Tinina was a very fond, a good friend, colleague, and most of all, we worked together. I still remember very fondly the way we were covering the Bomas Constitutional Conference together, and that voice of hers and the beautiful face on the screen at the end of the day would really make the story, add value to the story.
Been said by the speakers today. But for me, my personal experience with Rita Tinina, I met her occasionally on the field, and every time I would see her as a young, budding political reporter, having watched her do her live reports and even the stories she does later on, I would want to be that kind of person, have that level of influence.
I met Rita a very long time ago, in our 20s, that's about 20 years ago. We both worked at NTV as reporters, but my heart goes out to her family, who I had the honor and privilege to have met. And I wish her body to rest in peace. Amen.
I worked at Nation Media Group 10 years ago. I worked with Rita Tinina when she was on NTV, and I was in the Nation newspaper. And it saddens me that we've lost our sister. But we have no choice but to accept it is well with our souls. Rita was a very kind soul.
What do I say about Rita? I came to know her around maybe 1997, 98. How many years are those? Years back. And I just met her in one of these political events. Those times when you are a journalist, you meet in as many events as possible. Together you'd be as many of you in one event as possible. And Rita was this outstanding lady. Very beautiful, as someone said in church, and very smart, very quiet, but very smart in mind. And then she joined me at the Nation Media Group where I was working.
We shall remember her good time we spent with her, and we appreciate and acknowledge the good job that our journalists are doing in this country, despite many challenges they are facing here and there. And we should encourage each one of us, including our government, to support our journalists as they move on with their good job. Rita Tinina was one of them, and courageous lady.
My name is Wanjiko Mugo, and I worked with Rita at Nation. But you know what? She was actually my classmate in KMC. And what I remember about Rita, I'd never met a Maasai girl before. I thought she was such a beautiful girl, but she was also very, very calm. You know, she did her things very meticulously, and I really admired her sense of style.
And I think for me, I remember Rita as a professional, passionate about her work, no doubt one of the best journalists, just like everybody has said, very good at what she does.
She was a lady who knew her craft, who knew what she wanted to achieve, who planned her work to the last detail. You would find Rita in the edit suit after an assignment with her notes. Back in the days, we used to use DV cam, so she would come meticulously, take her time codes, go and digitize her stuff. She knew her trade.
I knew Rita. Of course, we have not worked together in the same newsroom, but I know the kind of heart that she has because of the kind of interactions that we have had together in the different assignments that we did. If she would guide, she would always tell you the kind of angle that she's going to take, and she believed that there was nothing like what journalists usually do sometimes, scooping and hiding the information so that your story becomes better. She really had it that a story well told is a story shared.
Rita was a good girl, very precise, a girl of few words but delivers. What all the tributes I've read about Rita, there's only one thing which has not been done, has not been said. Rita was this girl who would have become an editor so many years ago, but she refused to go to to move to the desk. She wanted to report, just to be in the field and report, not just sitting and subbing people's stories. She wanted a story to tell her story.
My name is Irene Choge. I worked at NTV as a health reporter. Rita was my mentor. She used to report on environment, and that's how I became a health reporter, because I saw that she had this beat that she was reporting on, and I decided to also find a niche for myself. Well, what I'd like to say is that rest in peace, Rita. We will miss you, and your death has brought us all together, the media fraternity.
My name is Somoe Athman. I worked with Rita Tinina, NTV Newsroom, when I was a camera person, and we covered enough assignments with her, which we worked very well. We used to collaborate very well. She actually taught me a few things that I'll carry with me in my journalism career. I worked with Rita from many years ago.
So when I became a reporter way back in 2008, Rita Tinina had 8 years of experience as a journalist, and I was a new reporter in the newsroom. And she was sort of like a role model, because I really admired her silently, because Rita is a person she's a very quiet person, a humble person, very, very professional. So it was up to me to decide to talk to her and maybe ask her a few things here and there. So I used to admire her a lot, and somehow I'd always copy the way she does things. So I got to learn a lot from her.
My name is Dan Mwangi. I am the lead editor broadcast news at the Nation Media Group. I have worked with Rita 2 times. The first time is when she was at NMG on the first thing before she left for Standard Group. Then we hardly interacted, to be honest. It was very high surface. Nilikuwa mtu mdogo sana. Then when she came back as an editor on what we call the output, the broadcast side. And a lot can be said about it, a lot has been said, but let me just give you my take, is that Rita embodies contentment for me. She was so content in who she is, what she has achieved, etc., that she did not feel like she has been belittled by being put to be under me. Me being a person who joined the industry when she had already been serving there. We were meant to bring Rita back on air soon. She was meant to be giving us some special report, a very powerful one. Actually, there were 2 of them. One was meant to run last Thursday, which is the Thursday after she rested. Unfortunately, that was not to be. Sadly, her return to TV was as breaking news that she's died. But nonetheless, Bible says, give thanks in all circumstances, all, not the good ones, only all. So we are grateful for this situation and whatever we are learning from it. May we be faithful in heeding what God is telling us through the life and resting of Rita. I was among the first people to go to the house. I think I was still in a bit of a denial space. I was just on operation mode, helping the family, help them go get the police to come and, view the scene. That is in her room. I viewed her there as well. I was, aside from the guys from the house, I'm the other person who carried Rita's body out of her house and into the metal tray and into the house. And stayed on, we went all the way to Marsh as well. I was there with the guys when they were viewing. And at the close of that, I led a prayer. Because ultimately, it's to God that we surrender it all.
A beautiful and final tribute for Rita Tinina by her fellow journalists. I want to thank all those who attended the requiem mass at the Holy Family Minor Basilica. On a special way, we thank Parish Administrator for the facilitation of the event. We recall Rita Tinina as a symbol of excellence in journalism, whom I too worked with at the Nation Media Group. Fare thee well, Rita Tinina.